Initially, I would like to pay my respect to venerable doctors and judges, ladies and gentlemen, and all contestants. My name is Sun Jamran. Currently, I am a sophomore student at SPU, located in Phnom Penh City, from Faculties of Educational Science and Information Technology, majoring in General Management. Today, it is truly a privilege for me to be given a chance and present to you one single topic that goes by the phrase, the importance of Vesak Puja. Venerable ladies and gentlemen, before going deep to the topic, I would like to firstly define the term Vesak to all of you. According to a report from the United Nations, the term Vesak is basically defined as day of the full moons in the month of May, which is the most sacred day to millions of Buddhists around the world. And in the same way, Vesak Puja in 1939 was recognized by the United Nations General Assembly as the international ceremony which is globally celebrated. But the question is, why is it important to commemorate this significant ceremony? Venerable ladies and gentlemen, for this momentous occasion, I would like to emphasize on three particular events to realize the importance of Vesak Puja, such as the birth, the ultimate enlightenment, and the divine attainments of the Buddha. Firstly, Vesak Puja is globally celebrated to commemorate one significant event, which is the birth of the Buddha. Besides this, on Friday, the full moon days of Vesak, in the years of dark, it was a time that our Buddha was born as a prince in the Lumbini garden between the two countries, such as Kapilavatthu and Theravada. Venerable ladies and gentlemen, for that particular time, to illustrate this significant event, it is widely noticed that this event has positively influenced the emergence of the aspirations of all sentient beings. Because of what? Because they strongly believe that the emergence of the Buddha, which means the birth of the Buddha, would provide them the positive benefits and more chances to understand and to comprehend what are the Buddha teachings, the Buddha teachings. And speaking about this significant point, for Cambodian context, we have been practicing during this significant event in a variety of ways. For example, in my temple, which is Prabhupada Minpon Temple, which is guided by Prakuru Mainim, Venerable Mainim. During this significant day, we practice in a variety of ways, but the most particular one is about the bathing of the Buddha. We try to collectively gather together with a purpose to bath the Buddha, and with another purpose is that to maintain our true awareness and true hearts. And specifically is to modify our mind, not to contain any evil thought in our brain, in our memory. This is the most significant one. Second, venerable ladies and gentlemen, Vesak Puja is not only globally celebrated to commemorate the birth of the Buddha, but also the enlightenment days of human world. After realizing the inevitable suffering of all sentient beings, the prince during that particular time renounced himself from holy life and became a monk from that point on. It should be widely noticed that on Wednesday, the full moon days of Vesak in the years of Rooster, it was a time that the Tathagata first gradually attain the Nirvana, attain the ultimate enlightenment. And venerable ladies and gentlemen, because of the enlightenment of Buddha, the emergence of the enlightenment of the Buddha, we are today. We have more opportunities and more chances to understand the whole meaning of the Buddha teachings. For example, before the existence of the Buddha, we are not able to understand what are the Buddha teachings. For example, the Four Noble Truths, what are they? But because of the emergence of the Buddha, we understand the Four Noble Truths, such as the origin, the truth of suffering, the truth of the origin of suffering, the truth of the cessation of suffering, and last, the truth of the past to the cessation of suffering. We all have more chances. And according to a website which is called What Thai Personality, it is reported that for this particular event in Thailand, For those who follow or practice Buddhism religion, they have been practicing in a variety of ways. For example, particularly, they try to enforce more compliance with the regulation, with the Buddha teaching established by him. For example, they try to observe the 10 precepts, not just the 5, not just the 8, but the 10 precepts. And in the meantime, they also comply with what is called the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Noble Paths. This is the most significant event taking place in Thailand. Last, but certainly not least, on Tuesday, the full moon days of Vesak, in the years of small snake, it was the time that our Lord Buddha reached the ultimate enlightenment. To simply put, he passed away. He passed away. Venerable ladies and gentlemen, with only his last word, that we all can learn together to get the benefit of it, which is subject to change all component things. Strive on with diligence, strive on with diligence. So what does it mean by his last word? Venerable ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to achieve something in a concrete manner, in any particular field, it is really, really crucial for us as Buddhist followers, as Buddhist citizens, to practice with diligence and great effort. With diligence and great effort, we are able to distinguish between the right and wrong, and able to achieve any dreams, any purpose we have. And in the same way, it's not just only about this point, but the particular point we can learn, we can observe from this significant point, which is the impermanency. Venerable ladies and gentlemen, not only just the Buddha, the enlightened one, the awakened one, he still passed away. What about us as human beings? We're just normal beings. Someday, today, we are alive, we can survive, we can achieve our dreams, but tomorrow it may be changed. It may have changes. So, any dreams, any purpose we wish to complete, please complete it. Do it with a great manner, and with diligence, and also great effort. Venerable ladies and gentlemen, I would like to conclude my speech that Vesak Ocha is a central ceremony which highlights on 3 particular events, which is the birth, the ultimate enlightenment, and the nirvana attainments of the Buddha. As a Buddhist citizen, as Buddhist follower, we are strongly expected to get acquainted of this ceremony and try to enforce the compliance with this speculation together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Venerable, for your presentation.
Yes.
You touched on some ways that Vesak Puja is celebrated in Thailand. Do you have any other examples from other countries where the celebrations are similar or different?
Yes, basically, according to one report, I also read that report as well, which is the Bliss for Humanity report. It is reported that in China, for those who follow Mahayana Buddhism, they also practice in a variety of ways. But the most particular one is about the bathing of Buddha. They collectively gather together to bath the Buddha with a purpose to maintain true oneness and true thought as well, and also to modify one's mind. Because we strongly believe that if we are born to modify our mind, to settle our mind in a peaceful way, in a harmony way, that's it. We will be able to get everything succeeded. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, I want to have you one questions. Okay. Yes, thank you. Okay. What is the Mangdu? Okay, while Vesak Puja ceremony, and why is it important?
Thank you for your wonderful questions. As I mentioned a moment, there are 2 main sources, such as first from China and another one from Thailand. But in particular, for our Cambodian context, we try to endeavor to practice in a variety of ways. For example, we bath the Buddha, and for those who strongly believe in Buddhism, to live the life in a harmony way, they try to increase their compassion and spirit in order to observe the 10 precepts, not just one, but 10 precepts. And in the meantime, they are more likely to open the mind in order to enforce compliance with the Four Noble Truths and the Eight Four Noble Paths in order to settle the life in a harmony way. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Sojamran, for a wonderful sharings. And now I would like to invite the next contestants. Please welcome.